Oh, hey.
Where are you going?
To Home Depot?
Pick up some milk when you get back.
Okay. Howdy folks, welcome back to my channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Today's video, my friends, is going to be very straightforward. We are simply going to be shooting a beast of a PCP rifle against a variety of rocks and concrete blocks. I truly hope that this whole idea will work because I went to Home Depot and bought a ton of bricks, and yes, my wife also made me bring my daughter. I am, however, feeling confident that we'll be putting up a good show with our beast right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Seneca Air Venturi 50 caliber Dragon Claw. For those of you who are seeing this big bore PCP rifle for the first time, it's a 50 caliber, well, technically a bit smaller, with a 496 barrel diameter, 500cc pre-charged pneumatic tank, a dual power cocking system. You can cock it halfway, but we will obviously be cocking it at full power all the time. Built-in adjustable removable sights, which I'll be using for this shoot. And what else? Well, it's loud. You'll definitely need ear protection, and it's loud because it's powerful. Oh, and of course, it's always better to wear cowboy clothes when shooting this because, well, just look at it. In our mission today, we'll be shooting 3 different types of 50 caliber ammo. The NSA 235 grain slugs made in the United States, the Seneca Air Venturi 185 grain pellets, and Cododo's custom saboted 308 bullets made in Italy. And this, my friends, is the part where I kindly ask you to hit that like button and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. And another reason to subscribe is that my next video with this rifle will be with these shot shells, 50 caliber shot shells by Air Venturi. I can't wait to shoot these things. So as many of you saw in my last video shooting this rifle, something went terribly wrong. I blew a seal, an O-ring, or something. But the shop where I got it from just sent me a new one. So I'm very, very excited to be testing my brand new Dragon Claw once again. And to do so, we're gonna head out to the Florida Everglades and blast a bunch of concrete. We are finally in the Florida Everglades. This spot specifically is part of what's called Alligator Alley. And this, my friends, it's why they call it Alligator Alley. That guy's about 12 feet, 4 meters big, and he's been watching me ever since I arrived. Alligator Alley. As you can see behind me, the sun is coming up. It is very early in the morning. I am setting up right here, so give me a couple minutes and we'll finally start shooting. All right, folks, our first target of the day is finally set. We have this very large, heavy piece of concrete. It is about 2 inches wide. Again, it is indeed very heavy. In our setup today, I'll try to chrono test some of the shots. I lost one of these rods, so we only have one light cover. Hopefully it'll still work. These are our projectiles for the day, and I'll be shooting from approximately 25 feet. So as you know, this is a single shooter. So I just opened our breech, and we'll start off with one of the NSAs. They're very solid, 235 grain slugs. You insert them in the breech, push them in, and close the breech. As I said earlier, we're gonna fully cock it for a full power after removing the safe. All right. "619 feet per second. And it seems like we only put a small dent into our concrete. Yes, indeed. Look at all that lead just stamped on it. All right, let's try a different projectile. All right, up next, we'll try one of these Seneca 50 caliber pellets. They're a lot lighter, so I suspect they'll make even less damage, but let's see. All right, 652 feet per second for our Seneca pellets. And indeed, a very, very similar hole and a very, very close spot as the previous one. Okay, time to finally try one of Kododo's custom made. These were made purposely for Airgun Alley, but they're also for sale out there on Kododo's Etsy's page. These are saboted, but they're really actually well stuck in there. 308 bullets in a 3D printed sabot. Penetration for these should be greater, although they are quite lighter. So let's see what's going to happen. All right, 665 feet per second, very high speed. Not a surprise given how light they are, and look at the damage here. That is, I don't want to say twice the size, but a lot bigger than the slug and the pellets. These are the Kododo saboted 308 bullets. Very nice. All right, as you see, I have a whole lot of different types of concrete and bricks, so let's switch to something else. Up next, 3 blocks about 3 inches thick, plus a 4th larger one behind it. I seriously doubt that the projectiles will go through all of them, but let's see what happens. Well, absolutely nothing with the NSA. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought we'd really blow up these bricks. But anyway, let's keep moving up. We'll do the pellet and then the Kododo 308. Well, look at that, finally. Our Seneca 50 caliber pellets finally did something. So let's move this one to the back. There we go. And let's go for the 308 saboted bullets. All right, well, just a dent here with the 308. I'm really curious to try now. This is a pure concrete so-called step. Let's see what happens to this. Wow, all right folks, so the first shot was with the NSA and it just dented it, as you saw. The second shot, again with the Seneca 50 caliber pellets. But luckily I have another one so we can try the 308. As often I say, inconsistency is the only consistency when we are talking about air guns. So this is the same block I shot earlier. The first shot I had shot with the 308 and it just kind of dented it. The second shot I shot it with the 50 caliber air Venturi pellets, which had destroyed the one before, and it just dented it. And now this shot, which cracked it all the way, was done with the NSA, which barely scraped it earlier. So yes, very different results. Just depends on the shot, I guess. Up next, these are more ceramic-y, about 1.5 inch blocks. Well, my friends, so we shot about 10 powerful shots, and we are now in the yellow. So I thought we'd give it a bit more air to bring it back to full tank. Just so I have my portable air tank here. It is a very, very easy process. You simply attach the tank to the gun. Make sure that all the bleeding valves, in this case, the bleeding valve here, is closed. I do want to check out the gauge here. And this fills up very, very fast. However, the slower you do it, the better it is. So you really have to open up the valve very, very, very slowly. And we're done. All right, well, all 3 projectiles took a chunk off of this block right here until the last one, which was a 308, completely cracked it. All right, this big guy here, which is super, super heavy, I don't think we're gonna do much damage to it, but we have it, so let's try it. All right, 6 shots, 2 of each projectile, and we made a nice carving in this big, heavy concrete block. All right, folks, well, we are finally done with the concrete, but we are not done just yet. And what is about to come now is a bit graphic. So for those who are more sensitive, I suggest you stop the video now. Basically, last week I made a couple videos, home defense videos with the HDRs, with the Umarex HDR CO2 revolvers. And to do that, I used a ballistic dummy that was sent to me for testing. Now, I don't know if you saw those videos or not. If you haven't, I will put them in the links below. They're just the most recent videos that I made. The ballistic dummy, we shot him up pretty good, but he's still partially alive. He's still standing. So before throwing him away, again, these things are very expensive. Before throwing him away, I did want to try shooting it with this rifle here, again, to just finish him up. So there is fake blood inside of the head, so it may get a bit visual and you know, a bit gory. So again, this will be the last shot. It is purely scientific. It is purely to see what happens to a human head if hit by a PCP rifle, and after that we'll call it a day. Well, well, our ballistic dummy has officially been decapitated. All right, folks, well, as you can see, I have a lot to clean up. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking that like button if you did indeed like this video, and thank you for subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm going to leave you with this video next while I go clean up.